Hi everyone, welcome to Things Lucy Reads. I'm Luce and this is another bullet journal flip through. I started getting a little bit more creative and adventurous with my pages in February, so I thought I would show them to you. Just before I do that, I'm just going to show you the new washi tape that I got, like I did at the start of the last video. I have this purple, like, spacey planets washi, and I also got this dispenser from Etsy, and I will link the shop in the down bar so that you can go and check it out if you like. Shipping took quite a while, but I think it was worth it. It can hold maybe 5 regular size washis, but this purple one is a little bit smaller. Okay, so my last January page actually is a little bit interesting. I was inspired by having called it a roundup, and I thought that I would draw the list inside a paddock with some grass around it, like rounding up sheep, you know. Oh, I'm hilarious. And I thought that was really fun, so I kept thinking of like interesting ways I could decorate the other pages. This is the start of my February section. So far I'm not doing monthly like title pages, but maybe I should start. My theme for this month kind of was Star Wars, so all of my titles are in Aurebesh, which is the Star Wars alphabet. So this one says currently reading Feb. I was still reading 3 books from January. Well, actually I've been reading these since last year, but anyway. So I was still reading those and I didn't finish any of them, but I read 29 pages of The War of the Jewels, so I have logged that. Then I have a second lot of financial goals graphs. I'm saving to get some like indie published paperbacks of a book series that I really like, but it's going to be like $95 for all of them, so I thought maybe I'll just save $5 a week until I can buy them with no guilt. So that's what I'm doing. My iPad is languishing on my credit card because I'm not accruing interest on it until next year, so I'm jumping the gun a little bit drawing this graph, but it's there now. And then this is for next year's registration for my car. Okay, and then that says Financial Goals 2, that title. The next page is my February haul. I have split the colours of ebooks and physical books again, so blue for physical books, orange for ebooks, and then grey for books that I backed on Kickstarter, and also one book that I ordered from the Book Depository, which I knew wouldn't arrive until this month. And I actually overshot my allocated space for books last month, so I have this little fold out page and I have my monthly totals just there. This says fold down in case you hadn't figured that out. Okay, so then this is just my finished in Feb page. Pretty standard, books that I've read, how many pages there were, and my star rating. My average star rating for the month was 4. I also read a Lord of the Rings fan fiction, and at 286 pages that was fairly substantial, so I decided I would count it as well. And that brought my total page count for the month up to 2,061, which is about 74 pages per day. I think it was actually like 73.6 or something like that, but I rounded up. This next page is one of my most favourite of the whole book so far. It is my Star Wars TBR, and I, as you can see, decided to write it out in the style of the Star Wars opening crawl. It's not perfect, obviously, but I'm extremely proud of it actually, and I didn't want it to look exactly like an opening crawl. I just wanted to kind of evoke that in the page, and I think that I've done it. It took a lot of planning. I kind of worked things out for 3 days and did like 4 drafts to get it just right, and it worked out pretty well, although at the last minute I switched these 2 titles around, and I wish I hadn't because this one ended up being slightly shorter. But oh well, you live and you learn. Okay, and then on the next page is my March roundup, again with the puns. It's round. I think I just said March roundup, it's actually my Feb roundup. And then this page is one of the other ones that I'm most excited about. It is a countdown to the new Star Wars movie, and so at the top here it says days until, and then crossed out here it says Lando, and then Solo. So I went in increments of 5, and then the last line is each individual day, and then underneath each star that hasn't been filled in, I've written what date I need to fill it in and then what day of the week that is, just so that I can keep track. And then I've also written down the Australian release date, which is the 24th of May. I think for America it's the 25th, but I could be wrong. But yeah, and then over the page is my March pages, which I will show you next month. Okay, so those are all of the pages that I did in February for my bullet journal. Things are getting a little bit more exciting, and then there'll be more exciting again for March, I decided to be even more adventurous. So I'm pretty pleased with how far I've come, just from, you know, having regular looking lists everywhere to, you know, this. So yeah, let's end on this page because I love it so much. Again, not extremely fancy, but I'm just beginning, so maybe someone else who's just beginning might be able to get some inspiration from me for their own that doesn't make them feel like they're totally inadequate. Okay, so that's all that I have for this video. Feel free to drop me a comment if you have anything to say, and I will see you in my next one. Bye everyone.